to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Philly. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, producer Nick Earnshaw, and former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic right here in the locker room on 97.3 ESPN. Good morning, Dave Klemic.
Good morning, caffeinated, pumpkin spice activated. Whoa. Ready to roll. What's up, Nicky? What's going on, Dave? Billy?
Oh, you know, he's got another nickname, political nickname. Like there was Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Right. Nick, give me all your nicknames. You got man of many hats.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're calling him political Nick Dave is because he did the debate. He covered the debate for his college radio station. He works at Camden County College, but he's sending us pictures of him like next to Trump.
Yeah, I saw him. He's right behind. He was right behind some of the great, commentators.
Ramzagami or whatever.
Yeah. So I run the radio station at the college. I'm in charge there, and so we got a media pass, and I was there. I was at the debate. I was in the spin room. I was seeing all types of governors. I saw Gavin Newsom, California governor.
See Shannon
I saw
Breen?
Trump.
You see Shannon Breen?
I did
from
not.
Fox News?
I did not. No. I
did
not.
So how about this? Then he sends. I don't know if you got the video, but I didn't see it on TV. He walks right by right behind the Fox News camera.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think I was on
CNN. You're on CNN too.
Yeah.
So Nick's a hustler, right?
Yes, he is.
And Nick has
He's
done
going places.
everything from commentated flag football games to all the way up to ESPN working the sideline of the Penn games on TV and everything like that. So Nick does it all.
He's got a man of many hats.
Yeah.
Political Nick now. Nick at Night, political Nick. And we're happy to have him here as we broadcast live on the X platform, right, Nicky?
Yeah, we are on the Twitter X platform.
Gotta check us out there.
By the way, if you get a chance to hear Nick's Nuggets, it's some of the best information ever.
And Mike Gill gives him a hard time on a lot of his Nuggets.
Yeah,
we go back and forth.
That's good radio.
He takes it like all the way. He doesn't maybe that Nuggets are like he's going in. He's going all in. And if you don't believe it, they're chicken nuggets. Yeah.
You got to get a nice side of barbecue sauce, honey mustard.
How about honey mustard?
Honey mustard, all of it. You got to get it all.
Dave, what do you like on your nugget? Honey mustard or barbecue?
Any nugget, if you're going to eat it, doesn't need anything. If it's right. If
what
it's
do you
steak,
like? He's like Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda. He comes to the party last week. He doesn't even bring any blue cheese or celery.
Oh,
that was brutal. He's a party.
Destroyed for bringing fruit to a party like that. I got absolutely destroyed.
We gotta pause real quick. He brought fruit. He brought fruit.
I brought vegetables too.
He didn't have any drums. He didn't have any flats. He had nothing.
That's why he's in good shape. All right. Boy, I'll tell you what. I love this time of year, especially when you have good teams. Like we have something to look forward to. And I heard on the way in, I was listening to the Best of the Sports Batch with Mike Gill and Mike McGarry. I guess he's a Giants fan. They have absolutely nothing to look forward to. We got the Phillies and even the Mets fans, and of course. Mr. Met was all over me yesterday. You know that, Nick, right?
Did he watch the game?
Oh, he was working at Playland last night, but he was all over me. Especially, we had that bet, Dave. We bet the series. So whoever wins the series, there's 3 games in the series. Whoever wins the series has to buy the guy lunch, right? It's for lunch.
Oh,
all right. So I need to win the next 2 games, right? Or I owe Mr. Met a lunch. That being said, usually when these games start. It's cricket. Like if the Phillies get off to a good start, he won't text me or anything. But as soon as the Mets are winning, boy,
those guys.
He's a front runner.
I gotta stop. Mike McGarry is a Giants fan.
I think so. I think that's what I heard. Didn't you hear that?
He's a Giants.
He's got
fan?
the accent. I bet you he's from North Jersey.
I think he is. I'm not 100% sure, but it seemed like that way. I was listening to the Best of the Sports Batch on the way.
He'd be smarter than
that, but Mike made a good point. Like we have the Phillies and the Eagles right now, and this is such a fun time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. By the way, last night, excuse me, after I turned off the Phillies game. Excuse me. I was going around the channel. You know what I was watching? You know what I was glued to last night, Nick? Allen Iverson, they did a thing on Allen Iverson last night.
Oh, I
Dude, I
watched
couldn't
that.
pull away from it. It was so good. It was everything but the chip.
Yes, I've seen that. It's a great documentary.
I'm telling you what, brought it all right back. That the 2002 season brought it right back to me, and I was glued to it. And it just, but we're fortunate to have that type of stuff, Dave Klemic.
Well, that's why when people start saying that Tyrese Maxey, it was as good as Allen Iverson, I'm like, hold on a minute.
No.
Maybe, but you have to think Allen Iverson was so iconic to that whole generation of basketball players.
Yes.
He brought street ball to the NBA.
Absolutely.
He was the first guy that was able to do it.
But here's the thing about Allen Iverson, and he's a humble man now. When he was younger, he was set in his ways, and he was stubborn and hard-headed, and he and Larry Brown butted heads. But now they look back, and Allen Iverson says, "I wish I was different," and Larry Brown says Allen made him a better coach. So, like, in retrospect, looking back, it was worth it. It was a struggle at the time, and that's part of the things that you go through as a fan. You live and die with these teams, right? The Eagles, the Phillies. Like last night, Aaron Nola. I mean, the Phillies had 4 hits last night, Nick. Yeah. 4 hits last night, and now Aaron Nola got destroyed. He gave up 2 3-run home runs, and I get so pumped up to watch the Phillies on a Friday night against the New York Mets, and was hoping that we wouldn't hear any Mets fans. But of course, when the first 3-run home run shot was hit, that's all all the Mets fans come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, and Aaron Nola's given up a lot of home runs again this year. It hasn't felt like it was last year. Last year felt like he gave up a ton of home runs, right? But he kind of has this year too. They just haven't hurt him as bad as it did last year.
Well, you know who hurts Aaron Nola? The New York Mets.
Yeah.
There's a stat. In the last 3 seasons, Aaron Nola's had 8 starts against the Mets. He's 1-6 with a 4.25 ERA. He's pitched 48.2 innings, and he's given up 7 home runs in the times those times with the Mets.
Yeah,
the Mets.
He's struggling.
The Mets, Dave, is there? You know how there's just some teams that you just can't beat that have your number.
No, I don't know.
No, you don't. No, do you? He can't beat the Mets.
Well,
no, he's your number 2 starter, and you're going to have to live and die with him. But it's got to be as a professional athlete as you are. Isn't that in the back of your head? Like, I don't care. You're human.
I thought
he knows his stats.
I thought a lot more about that when we were, high school or even college. A little
pro,
bit.
you don't think of
as
that?
a pro, because the teams are so different. Your whole roster
year
could
to
be
year,
a completely different set of people.
Okay.
The one thing that could get you is you get to a certain stadium, and I've noticed that the fans could get in your head.
Yeah, okay.
That is a real thing. You go play the Raiders, right? You're Kansas
Chiefs
City,
and the Raiders.
and
You guys are arch
big
rivals, yeah.
You go to their stadium, a lot of times you're just like almost scared you're going to get hit with a battery or something like that. You're scared. They're so hateful of you. And then you go to other stadiums where, whatever, they're wine and cheese stadiums. You know what I mean?
Right.
No big deal.
That's like I've been
kind of like New York.
No, I played. Listen, I've gone to the San Francisco Giants games, Phillies games out there. That's a wine and cheese crowd.
Yeah,
and they're very docile.
Yeah. And
but then again, a couple years ago, somebody got killed out in front out of one of the Dodgers and Giants get together. That's vicious.
Yeah, that doesn't get like reported as much as Philadelphia throwing snowballs at Santa Claus. I'm just saying, we get this bad rep all the time.
Right.
Patriots fans were. You would think that they'd be so diehard. They were cool. They were like, they were booing you. You would play, and that's what everybody says. You play against the Raiders, but Al Davis and Lamar Hunt hate each other.
Yeah.
So that came from the top.
Yeah.
So we started understanding the rivalry from the very top.
So Dave, let me ask you real quick. Somebody for you. So you're from this area. You get to Kansas City. How long did it take you to get for people to like let you know the hatred, how deep it is? Like,
here, I got a great story. That's a funny thing you asked me that. Exactly. This is a saying in Kansas City. The kids, you kiss your kid, walk them off to the bus to go to school.
Right.
And he says, I love you like I hate the Raiders. Go to school. There you go. That was the thing that everybody said out there. So I was like, oh, okay.
So I would imagine it's the same thing for Eagles players that come in here. They
Right.
find out about the Dallas Eagles rivalry.
But I don't know if it's as deep as that.
Oh, no, I don't think it is.
In Kansas City, it's the city of fountains is what you call Kansas City. Fountains everywhere.
Right.
And everybody puts red dye in the fountains Raiders week. And it's red fountains. So they have to clear them all out of it because it stains the inside of the fountain.
Right.
They're all lit up red. Everybody has red on their houses. It's wild.
Well, it gets pretty bad around here. It gets pretty intense around here for the Eagles-Dallas game. We got a great show lined up today. We're going to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. We'll get his take on what happened to Aaron Nola and his I guess he's jinxed against the Mets. And we'll talk to Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Market. And then, of course, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda today. I look forward to that because I'm sure he's got a lot to say.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say, and maybe some not sports-related stuff, kind of like the Philadelphia airport. I think he's got some stuff to talk about. That
I worked there for a long time, so I know exactly what he's going to talk about. So we have PJ Corda calling in, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Next week.
I can't wait. I can't wait for PJ to call in. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. next week, we're gonna have my strength and conditioning coordinator Jeff Hurd come on the show, and I'm gonna have this guy. You're gonna talk about some stories. I'm gonna just get him to tell some stories, and and he's gonna have some stories about me possibly too.
All right. Well, I'm gonna miss it. I'm in New Orleans next week, Dave.
Well,
I'll call in. I will call in. I will call in.
You know the number here.
Yeah, I'll call in. I'll text in. I'll be tuned in. That's for sure.
And you know what, Nick? You're going to miss because next week we're going to be at La Scala's Beach House.
I know.
Our first Eagles pregame show at La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine.
I'll call in, Billy. All right.
Wait, we're going to have a great. I'm not going to tell you today because I want to make sure I get it. But we have a great giveaway item for people that show up at La Scala's next Sunday.
Can I win that?
It was the greatest thing ever. When we had the lunch with the locker room, how many people showed up for that?
That was great.
Was awesome.
That was
food.
Fantastic.
Let's get it going, guys. We got 2 hours to get it in. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. You got to get down to see John McCann for all your real estate appraisal needs. Call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce, or financing, and more, the professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you right now. Give them a call today, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and producer Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football, Camp Randall Stadium will be jumping as the 4th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide visit the Wisconsin Badgers. Jalen Milroe looks to kickstart a Heisman campaign and lead the new-look Tide to a tough road victory. But Luke Fickell and the Badgers have an upset on their mind. It's number 4 Alabama taking on Wisconsin. If it's NCAA football, it's right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones, while their parents are sharing videos online.
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are going to need a bigger cake.
Now through October 10th, upgrade and switch to 300 megabit Xfinity internet with unlimited data and 1 line of unlimited mobile for just $35 a month for 1 year. Plus, get an eligible free 5G phone with trade-in. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless bill and an auto-pay stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity internet. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Bill and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw. By the way, go down to see Huey or John. Go up there to Toms River. I got my new Toms River Volkswagen Theos. That's beautiful, man. I'm telling you, man, it's nice. Isn't it a nice car?
Sweet, yeah.
Silver. It's got great pickup. I love it. But Toms River, if they get me into a car, they get anybody into a car. I'm telling you, go see John or Huey. They call me all the time, ask me how am I doing.
They carry it.
Yeah, they take care of it. They're really worried about it. They don't just sell you the car and send you on your way. They call me, ask me if I know how to do this, I had to do that. Because, you got to, look, I didn't even know what an airdrop was, right, Nick? Trying to figure out how to work the the cruise control, or the heated seat, your steering wheel has heat to it.
That's
they make sure you know how to work. But I mean, they make sure you know how to work all the gadgets.
Well, yeah. Speaking of gadgets, Clem and M over here didn't know how to unsend a message on iMessage, so now I got to teach a class on how to unsend a message.
That's generational, because AirDrop I got.
Well, I just found out what an AirDrop was.
I just got that. I just got the unsend a message.
We talked about Aaron Nola not being able to beat the Mets. He's 1-6 in the last 3 years against the Mets.
Yeah,
which is brutal. 4.25. He gave up 2 3-run dingers last night. Nick, did you watch the whole game?
I watched most of it, and
weren't you
towards the end? I was just
I had to turn it off, man. I was just I just couldn't watch it.
I put the headphones in, started listening to a podcast, and I had it on the background at that point. It was brutal.
I got a couple. I have an extra large white 97.3 ESPN locker room T-shirt, and I think I have a small left.
Okay.
All right? I have a white and a small. I want to know 609-403-0973 is the text board. Who are the Philly? If you're the manager, if you're topper, who's your starting 3 pitchers
hitting
the postseason?
Yeah, text in 609.
Yeah, 609-403-0973. Who do you think, Nick?
I think it's got to be the same. It's got to go Wheeler, Nola, Ranger,
huh? Not Sanchez is pitching better than he is right now.
Yeah, but I'm still going Ranger. Ranger's been there, done that before. I think he loves the pressure. He's been under pressure before in the postseason. I'm still sticking with Ranger.
Right.
Sanchez gets an opportunity, though, to be that 4th starter, because if they get out of the DS, you go to the NLCS World Series, you're going to need that 4th starter instead of a bullpen game now.
609-403-0973 is the text board. The question is, who are your starting 3 for the Phillies in the playoffs? 609-403-0973. I got 2 white shirts, 97.3 ESPN locker room shirts. One's an extra large and one's a small. So text in what size you need. 609-403-0973. When you lose a game like that, Dave, you can make a correlation from a professional athlete's point of view. When you lose a game that people think you're going to, I mean, the Mets are trailing the Phillies by 7 games, but the Mets got off to such a horrible start. They were like an afterthought, right, Nick? I mean, they're not anybody worried about the Mets?
I'm not worried. It's one game. It's one game. Okay, it's flush it. Go to the next game now.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Is it easy to flush it as an athlete, like a professional? Like if you lose a game, you're supposed to they got crushed last night by the Mets.
I think it'd be easier in baseball than football though, because there's more games.
It's a frustrating factors are like, and Coach Vermeil used to say this all the time. Just keep losing teams. Losing.
Yeah,
just
you
keep
always
them
say
losing.
that.
If you lose to a team, think of how frustrated we are. And I'm just relating this back to football. But when there's a team like Washington that we should beat and they beat us, and we're like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. Why did we just not? Don't focus so hard on the teams that are like right now better than you. Just beat the teams that get you to the playoffs. Right. That's frustrating. So I get that. Very frustrating.
It was such a frustrating game last night, Nick. I mean, the Philadelphia Phillies had 4 hits. It seems like with this team, when they don't hit, everybody doesn't hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, isn't it the weirdest phenomenon with this franchise that when one guy can't hit, the rest of the team just follows suit? It's every time.
How does the bat rally? Like, I get it with football and stuff like that, but how do you get the bats to rally? Like, how do you liven up your bats?
I think hitting's contagious,
right?
It
is 100%.
It's like hitting's contagious. Like when you get a clutch hit, and then it's like contagious. I can't explain it, but like Brandon Nemo, he's hitting Nemo's hitting 226, but he goes 3 for 5 last night against.
I mean, that's just baseball, though. It was 162 games. Guys are gonna have good nights. I'm a little worried about today because we got Kolby Allard on the mound today. Not great. Luis Severino has pitched a really good season. He's got a 3.74 ERA, 10-6 on the year. A little worried about tonight. Not gonna lie. There's 7 games back right now. The Mets from the Phillies in the division. I think the Phillies are gonna be okay and win the division.
Oh, they're going to win the division, right?
I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. But I think they will win the division. But today, I'm a little worried. So you might lose out on that bet.
Quintana goes 7 innings last night.
Yeah.
But his ERA is 3.91, and that's after shutting the Phillies out last night.
Yeah. I mean, he's had an up and down career. Been better this year than he has been in the past couple of years.
Is there anybody on the Mets pitching staff that you're worried about?
I mean, Severino's pitching today. He's had a good year. Kolby Allard on the mound today. That 5th starter spot is gonna drive me nuts until the end of the season because you don't have anybody. You're going down to AAA, trying to get these guys to come up. Tyler Phillips didn't work out. Kolby Allard, he's not. He hasn't worked out at all. You might as well just go to the bullpen game and get Taijuan Walker 2 innings in there. Kolby Allard start the game. This is where you're at with that 5th starter spot. It's been a mess.
We're going to talk to Tommy Greene at the bottom of the hour here. We're going on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Market. Get his take on it. It's just, to me, and I know what he's going to say, Nick. He's going to say it's baseball. You know, just take one game at a time. You know, you know what he is, Dave. He's the we love Tommy Greene, but I guess from a fan's perspective, I get, I'm on that roller coaster. But as an athlete, you got to stay at that even keel. You can't get too emotional when you lose or win, right?
I think from the media standpoint, it's fun to ride the wave.
Right.
You know what I mean? As a player, you're trying to stay stoic and trying to not.
That's what he is. He's stoic.
You know
he's
what
like,
I mean?
Billy, don't get. He's like, Billy, get off that ledge. Don't panic. Right. Don't hit the panic button.
Don't hit that button. Just hover.
Nicky's been saying that the Phillies are going to win the World Series from day one, and even Mike Gill was giving you a hard time.
I still think they're going to win. I believe
after watching that game last night.
Oh yeah, it's one game. Now I got to read a text off, and this is someone who's definitely not going to win a T-shirt. I'll tell you that. How can you say? So this is Cole from LBI, who's a Mets fan. How can you say you're not worried about a team that's been the best team in baseball since June 1st? I'm not worried about the Mets. Are you kidding me? A team that they haven't been in the playoffs how long now? Come on, I'm not worried about.
No T-shirt for you, buddy.
But they in their last 25 games, they've been one of the best teams in baseball since the All-Star break, or since late June. And I know they're 20. They're 18. They're 18-7 in their last 25 games.
Good for them. Let's see them getting into the postseason. Show me something.
And Lindor's on fire.
Yes, great for the Mets. They had their.
But baseball's about pitching and defense in the playoffs. Correct.
Yes. I agree. And the Phillies have it, and they've been there before. The past 2 seasons, they've been there. They have the best rotation at the top in baseball, in my opinion, heading into the postseason. That's just where it is.
I mean, Bryce Harper hit his 40th double the other night, and he and Alec Boehm have 40 doubles. First time since Aaron Rowland and Chase Utley did it.
Yeah, if you're a Phillies fan, the concern is the offense going cold in the postseason. That's been their kryptonite the past couple of years.
Your boy Kyle Schwarber, I call him Nicky Schwarber.
It's another one. It's another nickname.
He extended his career best hitting. He's got 10-game hitting streak going on. You were happy about that?
Of course.
He's
Of course.
He's
you need a leadoff hitter to get on base.
Yeah, he's batting 251.
Yeah, he's always way over the Mendoza line for you, Billy, this year.
Look, and by the way, your boy Danny last week was giving me Danny's our producer on Sunday. He was giving me a hard time. He wanted me to apologize for my stance on Nick Schwarber. I said I've already apologized to you, haven't I, Nick?
You have.
All right.
He doesn't need to give you a hard time. Yeah. Him and Andrew tweeted it out.
See, listen, Dave, I have the ability to say I was wrong.
You do.
Look at him. I have the ability.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that before. You do have. He said he has the ability.
No.
But I've never heard you say that you were wrong.
Nick, haven't I said to you when Schwarber was hitting 191 and he was still hitting his home runs, I was giving him a hard time. You can't have a leadoff hitter.
So
I heard Nick say he was wrong.
I equate I equate the Schwarber thing to the Phillies as a whole, where I keep saying the Phillies will win the World Series this year. Just like the Schwarber thing, I stuck with them at the top of the lineup for the longest time on this show, and look what happened. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? We just heard from a Mets fan. Maybe we'll hear from Mr. Met, Jeff Dowling.
Yeah,
he's
some point.
But he's a fraud Mets fan. He couldn't even name. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, we asked him, "Can you name four?" His favorite team. He couldn't even name four current players.
No.
You know what he said? Dave Kingman, or what did he say?
I don't even know what he said. Kingman.
Tom Seaver.
Yeah, just like the uniforms. You don't.
He said David. He said David Wright, and
then David Wright. He was naming guys from like 15 years ago.
Come on, Mr. Met.
Guy.
We're going to revoke your nickname, Mr. Met.
Oh, gosh. All right. On the other side, we're going to talk with Tommy Greene and get his perspective. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call. Chris Mooney, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about Las Scala's because next week we're going to have a lot of fun, Dave Klemic. We're going to be down there for our first Eagles pregame show at Las Scala's Beach House in Brigantine. It opened last summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out of Las Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LasScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll talk with Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles host the Atlanta Falcons in Week 2 of the 2024 season on Monday Night Football.
They cannot stop Saquon Barkley. How fun is that?
Listen to all the action with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick with pregame coverage starting at 7 p.m. and kickoff at 8:15. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ready to laugh like never before. Stand-up comedian and roast master Tony Hinchcliffe is bringing his hilarious act to Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City on Saturday, March 1st. Based out of Los Angeles, Tony is the host of the #1 live podcast, Kill Tony, with hundreds of thousands tuning in every week. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Tony Hinchcliffe, live at Ocean Casino Resort on Saturday, March 1st. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The with Billy Schwein. Free ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, producer Nick Earnshaw. And of course, we're talking a little Phillies baseball. And during the baseball season, we get an opportunity to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com. Or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. That's Blitz's Markets in Ocean City. Go down there and say hello to Dave and Joe Newman. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. Good morning, T. Greene.
Good morning, Billy. How you doing, my friend?
I got to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to speaking with you. It's like therapy for me because you calm me down. But Tommy, what is it with the Phillies? Like one day they'll beat somebody 10-3, the next day they lose 10-3. Like they don't. I don't know. It's very frustrating. I had to turn the game off. I got so pissed off.
Well, I mean that kind of stuff happens, man. But bottom line, I look at the last time since we talked, and basically. For the week Sunday today, we're 3-2 for the week. I'll take that. Yeah, we're still up. Yeah, we won 3 out of 5 games. We're still making progress. So, I mean, that's the way. Is it like we want it? I want every pitcher to go out there. We don't give up but 1 run a game, and we score 8. Yeah. And we'd like that, but that's not going to happen.
All right. What about Tom? Are you worried about Tommy? Are you worried about Aaron Nola? I mean, against the Mets, he in the last 3 seasons against the Mets, he's had 8 starts. His record is 1-6 with a 4.25 ERA. He's allowed in 48 innings. He's given up 7 home runs against the Mets. What is it about with Aaron Nola and the Mets? He can't beat the Mets.
Well, you have those teams. I mean, they kind of own you a little bit. It's not that a 4.25 is bad. Just last night. Yeah, I mean, when you give up and you make a mistake, like he'll tell you, maybe you left 2 balls, I mean, like center cut, hanging breaking balls that got smoked. And with men on base, he gave up 2 3-run homers. That was his mistake. He made 2 mistakes in the game, and it killed him.
He was struggling. I think he threw like 20-some pitches in the first inning. He wasn't hitting his spots. As a pitcher, Tommy, when you come out and you're not feeling it and you're laboring through, does that play on you mentally? I guess you're not.
No, No, not really, Billy. I mean, it's you go out there and you expect to feel the same way every time you go out there. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to everybody else.
Right.
It's not how good you are when you're at your best. It's how good you are when you're not.
Oh, that's good.
Can you survive? Can you keep your team in the ball game and give them a chance to win? Type thing. That's what we as pitchers, especially starters, want to do. And we get a chance to, I can't tell you how many times I give up 2 or 3 runs in the first 2 innings and pitch 7 innings and don't give up anything else.
Right.
You keep your team right there. You kind of get better as you go. You kind of figure out ways, what's working, what's not, and that kind of stuff happens. But, it seems like Aaron has a little tendency, like it didn't happen last night to the 5th inning and then the doors come off. It's just, it's hard to explain stuff like that, but some teams seem to have your number.
So Tommy, do you think Aaron Nola is aware of his record against the Mets, and that was in the back of his mind, or you think he just wipes that clean?
I don't think he cares about the record. I just think, he knows how he tends to fare, how these guys kind of give him trouble and they tend to capitalize on his mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes in the course of a ball game. And it all depends on how many you make, because you want to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. That's the definition of insanity. They you can throw a ball down the middle all the time and get away with it. So, obviously he didn't want those balls where he threw them last night, but you got to give the hitters with the Mets credit. They didn't foul them off or hit them foul or swing and miss or take them. They put wood on ball, and things happen when that happens. So.
Hey, Tommy, it's Nick. We know Aaron Nola's been a horse for the Phillies, over the past couple of years. Now he's pitching a couple of postseasons, going longer into the season, right? How much of a factor do you think that is, pitching all those innings? It's now September. He's given up 5 runs in his last start, and then last night against Quintana and the Mets last night. What do you think that does to a pitcher when you're pitching all those innings? You think he could be a little bit tired?
Well, it don't matter if you don't pitch a lot or not. A lot of pitchers you're going to be tired at the end of the season anyway, because it's a physically grueling sport. You're out there every day doing something physically to prepare yourself to be that. But you work during the off season and you work during spring training to prepare yourself for a long season. It's not about, trying to build, body build and muscle and stay, be strong that way. It's about doing the little stuff that keeps you going to maintain, to keep you balanced and stuff like that. And over the course of the season, there's a process you go to. You got to read your body, because it's not going to be the same. You might have to tweak your routine in between to get your body to respond. If it's feeling sluggish or tired or anything like, give your arm a chance to bounce back, or your body a chance to do that, to get that, that little refresh, unless you keep pounding it all the time. So they try to get it down to a science, but you got to, the only person who knows his body is him. And he's got to be honest with himself, and, he's got the stuff around him, the knowledge around him that can help him tweak some things that might be able to give him that little caffeine boost, so to speak, here later in the year, where he kind of bounces up a little bit and catches a breath of fresh air, that gives him that a little bit. It happens that way. Some people hit it during the middle of the season a little bit. Some people hit it towards the end of the season. But it's all about tweaking your in-between routine a little bit that keeps you fresh, I think, towards the end. And I think him pitching the past few years, in the postseason, he's put some innings on it, but also he's learned how to take care of his body better and read his body better. So, but it's still an ongoing process every year.
We're talking with Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. We go on the mound with him every Saturday, Sunday throughout the baseball season. Tommy, right now on 97.3 ESPN, we have a text board question at 609-403-0973. Who would, if you were the manager, if you were topper, who would you be your starting as of right now? What 3 pitchers would you have in the rotation in the playoffs?
Wheeler, Nola, and Sanchez.
Who would go? You wouldn't. What about
right now? Because he's proved it to be that consistent. I'd give him that knowledge, and it makes a big difference. The last 2 or 3 starts here, they're having whoever's got how many starts Rangers got, and get him back on track. If he keeps progressing, you got 4 guys to choose from. So if Ranger kind of kicks it up a little bit and gets a little more consistent, he's still coming back from what he had to deal with. It's not that easy, man. He didn't like go on to a extended rehab assignment. You know, he didn't do that. So it's you know, he's trying to regain that feel a little bit, and that's why he's kind of lacking a little bit right now.
Yeah, Tommy, Rangers giving up some hard hit baseballs, give up 12 hits in his last start. What have you noticed, since he came back from the injury that, is different from when he started the season?
Well, I mean, and you look at, I'm not a big guy, too much on velocity other than, I mean, he's a tick down or so in velocity, but the overall command of his pitches now is what you see, and that comes in feel. And when you miss time like that off the mound a little bit and you're not on a regular routine doing that stuff like that, it can have that type of effect. And also you're turning the adrenaline back on, getting into a major league ball game. That plays with you too. It takes a little bit to get back in control of all that. So it's sort of a process. And I think, here in the last, he's due to have that, he got a little bit of a wake up call a little bit last time, He battled, we found a way to do things, and I think what we ended up winning the ball game. You got to credit ourselves for doing that. But even though he gave up 12 hits, he found a way to navigate around that a little bit, which you got to give that credit. You got to go through the tough times to have the good times.
Hey, Tommy, we're looking at Jose Alvarado. His last few outings, he's been lights out. He took some time off for personal. Did you think he just needed to get away from the game for a couple days and shut it down, or was it something more serious than that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he had going on, as far as the other personal side of it. But sometimes, like I say, pitching is a finicky business, man. Sometimes a breath of fresh air, a couple days down, or whatever can help rejuvenate you like that. But also a swift kick in the butt can get you attention too, and that's sort of what was going on, I think, too, because he'd kind of lost, his favor because he wasn't pitching well. Right.
And bottom line, you got to pitch well to be put in that high leverage spot there at the end. And right now he's working his way back there, and that's just like adding another. We got another sword in the fight right now. With him coming back throwing like that, because he's got great stuff. And it's all about command with him. So, not walking guys and stuff like that. So, I just think he needs to use the fastball too. Not fall in love with that slider or whatever cutter that he throws all the time, but because he throws 100 miles an hour, but if he commands the ball down in the zone, he's not going to do nothing but get ground balls too.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the thing. It comes down to command and him, there's nothing like strike one, no matter if you're throwing a cutter or slider. If he gets ahead in the count, he's going to dictate. So.
Colby Allard's on the hill tonight for the Phillies at 4 o'clock first pitch. He's 2-0. I mean, he's got a 3.50. I know Nick's looks like we got Colby Albert on the mound, but he's obviously pitched pretty well the last couple of outings.
Yes, he's you quietly come in and the next man up mentality, which we've had to have this year because we've had some injuries and stuff that's happened, and people and the guy stepped up and quietly done his job and kept us in ball games. All we could ask him to do, gives us a chance to win. Now, like the difference in these 5 games we played this week, the last 7 days we're 3-2. We've scored just over 3 runs a game, but we're averaging giving up over 5 runs a game, and that's because of 2 outings. The other 3 outings were decent ball games. We pitched well in. So, bottom line, we got to do the little things and score some runs a little bit. The other night, we scored. Marsh hit a home run last night, in the ninth, but we weren't necessarily tearing the cover off the ball either. We run into a little bit of a hot pitcher. He pitched well. Quintana did, so you got to give him credit.
So, Tommy, what do you think? What do you think Topper's message to the team is, either last night after the game or going into tonight's game?
It ain't gonna be nothing. Hey, there's not a message. You go out there, you got your lunch handed to you a little bit. The other team, capitalized on mistakes, and we just didn't swing the bat. Sometimes you tip your hat. I mean, there's 162 games. And how many we got left?
I think like 14.
Yeah,
14 games next.
If we play 500 ball, what's that do?
Right. We got.
So I want to go in. I want to go into the end of the season on a good note and trending in the positive direction. The way you do that, we got to, hopefully we get healthy, in these last 2 weeks, or so, and start progressing in the right direction on playing the game the right way.
Well, if they got 15 games left, if they can go like 10-5, then that'll put them at 98 wins, and that's that's.
I'm not worried about all that. I just want to be ahead of the Mets and the Braves. I'm not worried about all that crap. Y'all put numbers on things, man. I don't worry about that.
All right, Tommy Greene, as always, we appreciate you. Look forward to watching the Phillies tonight and talking to you next week. Thanks, Tommy.
You got it, pal.
All right, there we go. On the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room. Get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Go down there and say hello to Dave and Joe Newman at Blitz's. There was Tommy Greene on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Nick, they just got to put it behind him. It's baseball, right? That's his message mostly every week. Every week, he's very consistent. Put it behind you.
Did you calm down a little bit? Did he?
He's like therapy for me. I got a little bit.
Okay.
I was upset coming in today.
I know.
I really was. Man.
It wasn't a great game, and I pulled a Billy moment. Remember when you couldn't remember Harry Callis's name? I couldn't remember who the Phillies played last night.
So they got 15 games. If they can go 10-5. That'll get us 98 wins. I'll be happy.
Yeah, if they get over 95 wins, that's pretty good.
On the other side, we're going to talk with Mr. Met. He's calling us right now. We're going to get to Mr. Met, but we're right now with the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events that seems to fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap up the first hour and talk with Mr. Met. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL, two of the league's top quarterbacks take center stage as the Kansas City Chiefs host the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi, this is Chris Carino. Join me alongside Brian Baldinger for all the action. The Chiefs look to go to 2-0 while the Bengals try to bounce back on the road. Can Joe Burrow outduel Patrick Mahomes? AFC powers collide. It's the Chiefs and the Bengals. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 4:30.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
How would you like to go to the 2025 Masters Golf Tournament? Go to ticksforgood.org to find out how you can win the grand prize of 2 weekend passes to the 2025 Masters, as well as plenty of other awesome prizes like Masters hats, t-shirts, and foursomes to your favorite South Jersey golf courses. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can win these prizes. This sweepstakes is brought to us by our friends at Shane Orthopedics and the David Scales State Farm team.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with a 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card good for use at Bagel University in Vineland for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live. Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, producer Nick Earnshaw. And right now on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline, let's go to it. Mr. Met, Jeff Dowling. Good morning, Jeff. I know. Let me hear you gloat.
All right. I'm gloating. Yeah.
Jeff, I got to tell you.
I still can't name a Met.
How do you become a Mets fan? You can't even name a Met.
No. Hear me out. Listen, hear me out. I've liked the team since 75, 74. And I don't care who's on the team. I like the team. I don't like players. I like the team.
But Matt, Mr. Matt, that's no way to be a fan, right? Is that a way to be a fan, Dave?
No, I am a fan.
I like a color.
You like the color, orange and blue?
Same thing. I like orange and blue, and you know why the team is orange and blue, right?
No,
because when the Giants and the Dodgers left and went west, they took the Giant orange and the Dodger blue.
Okay.
How about that? How about that?
Today?
He knows the history of the Mets, but he can't name one player today.
And he can sing the Mets fight song. You can sing the Mets fight song.
You know what? Listen, next year, it's going to be, they might be new players. I don't care. I like my Mets.
Well, listen, here's the deal. The new prerequisite for our bets. Like last year, we carried it over. I think I owed you a lunch, and I never paid you. But from now on, at the end of baseball season, we have to meet for lunch and get this thing settled up before next year's season.
Oh, no, absolutely.
All right. So you say I'm one up on you, right?
Yes.
All right. And then if we win.
This one. Right. If I win.
Okay.
And then we're even.
And then we got a 4-game series.
4-game set.
Okay.
So one team has got to win 3 games. Or do we do total runs?
No.
Well, what if they split?
If they split, we'll do total runs.
Yeah.
If they split, we'll do total runs.
All right. Okay. It's coming down to the wire. Your Mets are actually if the playoffs were to start today, Jeff, your Mets are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
As the last wild card team.
Now, imagine if they'd have won a third of the games early in the season that they lost. Man, they couldn't hit their way. And I will say it, they couldn't hit their way out of a wet paper bag. They stunk up the joint.
Well, I'm looking at the lineup, Jeff. I'm looking at your lineup. The only guy I worry about is Lindor and the polar bear.
That would be MVP. Lindor.
No, he's not going to win. He's stopping. Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
Oh, this is why
Ohtani,
they're so
I know. See that? I know. You Mets fans. Get lost.
You like ISIS too?
Do you have an MVP? Do you have an MVP?
Yeah, so
Ohtani's going to run away with it.
Not even close.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Met. I'll let you gloat. We let you gloat. We'll talk to you next time.
Get out of here, Mr.
Get out of here. He's a good. So he's the one that broke up when Bobby and I had our fight. Remember the fight that we had? He tackled me. So Bobby and my brother Bobby and I actually squared off in the parking lot at Playland. We were swinging at. You saw them.
Gotta see this.
Yeah, that's why I wear the referee jersey when Bobby comes into the studio.
At the time, we were 61 years old, swinging at each other like it was like we were trying to kill each other.
I can't believe
I
that
kicked
was
his
real.
bike over. He picked up my phone and threw it against the ride.
They were still love taps. There was a lot.
No, we were throwing haymakers.
You punch your brothers, not the way you punch somebody.
Bull crap! I was ready to kill him.
He wasn't.
So, and then Mr. Met comes. He tackles me, knocks me on the ground.
Well, how can you tell the difference? You're twins.
I know.
He probably thought you
You
were
look the
Bobby.
same.
He went after me because he knew I was going to kick my brother's rear end.
Oh, now we're gonna have Bobby call in. Bobby's gonna call in now.
Bobby,
we start arguing.
Hey, my brother just got his type rating for a twin engine plane.
Wow.
Maybe he can fly Mr. P.J., Mr. Negadelphia
yeah.
around.
Hey.
My brother just got checked out on a twin engine.
Wow.
He can
That's
fly
cool,
a twin engine plane now.
How about that?
So if you
Then he can fly the locker room crew somewhere.
Yeah.
if there was a record of you two fighting each other over the years, who is on top?
I've won. You can even ask him.
Really? So
Oh,
what
man.
would you say, like 20 and
No, we've only had like fist fights like that. We've had about 5. I'm 4-1.
You're 4-1.
He's calling. Bobby, what's- he better call in. I'm sure he has another record.
Yeah.
He wants to say.
You dispute that.
Hour 1 is wrapped. That's a wrap for hour 1. Hour 2, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, brought to you by Galloway Pool Services. I'm looking forward to this phone call. He will opine on the Eagles and I guess the Philadelphia airport.
Yeah, I think he's got something to say about the airport.
And then we'll break down the Eagles-Falcons game, too, and maybe we'll look back at the Packers and talk some Eagles football and get Dave Klemic's thoughts on the Eagles. All that and more is coming up in the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, Dave Klemic, producer Nick Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The Sports Bash with Mike Gill is celebrating 15 years on 97.3 ESPN, and Bud Light wants to celebrate with you. It's Happy Hour Friday, September 20th from 2 till 6 p.m. at Charlie's Barn Restaurant in Summers Point, featuring $3 Bud Light drafts and $4 neutral vodka seltzers. Enjoy a cold one and enter to win tickets to David Spade at Oceans Casino. Come celebrate 15 years of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill on 97.3 ESPN and Bud Light, Friday, September 20th from 2 till 6 p.m. at Charlie's Barn Restaurant in Summers Point.
With GMF financing to qualify buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
Stop! Yes, I said stop before you buy a car anywhere. Because right now at Bennett Chevy, you can save up to 20% off your new car. That's right. Bennett Chevy selling new Chevys at true GM supplier employee prices. Plus, and this is huge, you get to keep all the rebates. You can save up to 20%. And you'll save even more with financing as low as 0%. Yes, Z-E-R-O at Bennett on EVs. And there's available 1.9% on other models. Looking for used? Trade any old clunker for a minimum $10,000. We don't care how old or how many miles. Heck, we don't even care if it runs. Just get it here, and you'll get a minimum $10,000 towards any pre-owned in stock. And Bennett's exclusive non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend, so you're never hassled to pay more. You're gonna love it here. Together, let's drive. Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence-9 test under high-load conditions versus API-SP test limits.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Get ready to laugh like never before. Stand-up comedian and roast master Tony Hinchcliffe is bringing his hilarious act to Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City on Saturday, March 1st. Based out of Los Angeles, Tony is the host of the #1 live podcast, Kill Tony, with hundreds of thousands tuning in every week. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Tony Hinchcliffe, live at Ocean Casino Resort on Saturday, March 1st. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
South Jersey's official play-by-play home of the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
At 0 point would I ever consider not being a fan of the team.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, mainland graduate, Dave Klemic, and producer Nicky Earnshaw, the man of many names. Now we're going to call his new nickname, he's Political Nick, Nick at Night, Nick Nuggets, and now he's Nicky Foles.
Wait, Nicky Schwarber,
He's
too.
Nicky Schwarber.
Yeah.
And we're on the X platform, and we're on the YouTube channel. Go to my website, thelockerroombillyschwein.com, and you can see us there, because actually we started the show off with the new shirts that you bought, Dave, with our new logo on the back. We got to get that. I can see Dave there.
Dave's showing if you're watching on the X and YouTube.
So, by the way, we just, by chance, we all happen to wear the same shirt today. Isn't that pretty cool?
Wait, I was figuring that we would do that.
I was hoping, well, it wasn't like I sent a memo out or anything.
No.
But now, Nicky, he just changes his shirt to his number 9.
Yes.
Nick Foles, because they're going to be honoring Nick Foles on Monday night at the Falcons game when the Falcons come to town. And Nicky believes that his number, Nick Foles, should be retired.
There is no reason his number should not be retired.
Played 40 games with the Eagles.
He's a
won a
Super Bowl
in a backup role, he caught lightning in a bottle. And I love the story. I love Nick Foles. I was always a Nick Foles fan. Just his number.
No other name should be on the back of a jersey with the number 9. No other. And I'm going to support. I'm wearing the Foles jersey.
Like Allen Iverson, he gets his number retired because it was Allen. Did you see his resume? That's when you retire.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Nick, so this is the precedent they set. If Nick Foles gets his number retired, we are basically
there's no precedent.
That's
There's
right.
no
precedent.
You're a city of losers. If the guy's a backup quarterback, has his number
they were
retired,
but he won the Super Bowl.
He did do that. He gets a statue.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your
and he
number
gets
retired.
a name in his Ring of Honor or whatever. But
How could you live up to the Nick Foles number?
Let's go to an authority on this, because now it's time to we go to Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. They've been in business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room Mr. Negadelphia himself, P.J. Corda. Good morning, P.J.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
All right, we'll start off with this real quick. What do you think? Should Nick Foles' number be retired?
I know you're not going to like this, but I do agree with Nick.
Hey, there we go.
You're supposed to be negative.
Look at that.
Listen, when our backup quarterback was in the Super Bowl, but then he won, so now I'm pretty positive.
Played 40 games with the Eagles.
That-
I mean, the numbers are
really stink.
The best we got.
So I don't know. How can you be negative? I guess you could be a little negative with the Eagles' performance last week. They gave up 29 points on defense. You can't do that if you're going to be a good team. What do you think, Mr. Negadelphia?
No, I agree with you. I think our defense, in particularly Avonte Maddox, was escorting people into the end zone, which is nice. But I don't think we're going to have as much of a problem with Atlanta just because I don't feel like they have as much of a threat as an offense. I don't think they're as good. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I doubt they're going to bring it as they only scored 10 points last week.
And you know what Kirk Cousins' quarterback rating is?
It was 30 something. It was
59.
Yeah, that's about right.
I got another stat. I got another Kirk Cousins stat
So
for
was
you.
Caleb Williams, though.
He had a touchdown and 2 interceptions last week.
Ooh.
He's not throwing to Justin Jefferson anymore. It's a lot harder.
He had 19 passing yards in the second half last week. 19.
And scored 0 points. It's pretty good.
So what do you think? I mean, you think what do you want to see out of the Eagles defense when they're playing an inept offense like the Falcons? I mean, you would expect that they wouldn't give up a lot, but Mr. Negadelphia, what do you think?
I mean, I'd like to see them put up some points here. It'll be a good test to see how our tackling's going to be against Bijan, and if we can at least come together as a unit there. It's our second game. We didn't get a preseason because of Sirianni, which was nice, but I think that if we put it together, we should be able to get there.
I mean, who's going to throw the ball to? Ray? Ray McLeod III?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have the receiving team that they used to. I mean, they're not there anymore, and I think they're at a rebuilding stage. I think they recruited all these players to put them together over Atlanta, and it's just a mess.
We were talking earlier about, like, we have so much hope. The Eagles are possible the contenders. I mean, everybody looks forward to having a good season, but can you imagine being a Giants or a Falcons fan? You have really, literally no hope of your season's almost over before it starts.
Well, no, I mean, for the Giants, I mean, that's probably the most thing I'm looking forward to is October 20th. It's going to be a great day for the Eagles. That'll probably be our most definitive win this year.
All right, now, Mr. Negadelphia, Dave Klemic's telling me that you want to complain about the Philadelphia International Airport.
I mean, there's something to be said here, okay? When we talk about Philly and people coming in to the city, I mean, it's a terrible way to start off the trip. You get in there, the place smells like sewage. Everybody's upset. It's just a terrible way to start off. It's just not an enjoyable experience,
Did you have to wait for your luggage? How long did you have to wait for your luggage? You do carry-on?
Because of Philadelphia Airport, I no longer check my baggage. I keep it with me, so I know that I'll get it and receive it. So I don't actually check my baggage.
Who did you fly on? Who did you fly on, Mr. Negadelphia?
My favorite airline, which is probably the worst airline on the planet, Spirit.
Oh,
which
geez.
has the policy, they don't cancel any flights. They just delay it indefinitely. Like they can delay it.
So it must have really smelled like a locker room in there. That's for sure.
It's awful, dude. It's awful. It smelled just like a locker room.
Smells like it in here.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your prediction for the Eagles on Monday night? First of all, I can't believe I'm really shocked that you think Nick Foles should have his number retired. I can't get over
that.
It's
a great job by you, PJ.
He's got our only Super Bowl win, man.
All right, but look, what happens if Jalen Hurts wins a Super Bowl?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
Well, so
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, because if he does, then you got to put him. So your criteria for having your number retired is just winning a Super Bowl?
The first one, not all of them.
It's a special circumstance, Schweiner.
No.
Yes, it is.
Disagree.
How
man.
could you wear number 9 again? I will never buy another number 9 jersey again unless it's false. That's it.
How about if you're a number 1 draft pick?
Nope, don't care.
And
Don't
the
care.
whole world thinks you got the most talent of anybody quarterback's ever
Does
seen.
not
And you want
matter.
number 9?
Does not matter.
I'm giving you number 9.
I don't want number 9. I'm not giving it to him. He shouldn't be allowed to wear it. No one's worn it since Nick Foles. Why? You're not going to give it out again, so just retire it.
When I was in Kansas City, I wanted number 19. They were just able to give these numbers out at that time, where we just could be the 80s, and then you could be 19, 10 to 19, or 11 to 19.
Right.
And I go, I'll take 19. Number 19 because Keyshawn Johnson was wearing. I thought that was cool. And they go, the equipment manager. It wasn't like a policy. The equipment manager, Alan Wright, just goes, I'm not giving it to you. I go, why not? I go, it's available, but why can't? He says, because Joe Montana wore that.
I was going to say,
you're not doing it, and I'm not giving it to you. And I'm like, so you're blocking me from. That's why I wore 17.
You didn't know that he was.
I didn't know there was that Joe Montana was 19. But Joe Montana was not even on our team. He was like a 2-year quarterback.
Right.
Long. And he wore 19. So it might be their equipment manager that does this, but it may not be a policy.
Right, not a policy.
It may never be worn again.
Put it in writing. Just put it in writing now.
Not retire.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, let's get your thoughts on the Philadelphia Phillies. Last night they get crushed 11-3 by the Mets. What do you think the Phillies? I mean, do you think Mr. Nicky Schwaber over here still believes that the Phillies are going to win the World Series? What do you think?
Not if they play like they played last night. They're not going to win. No, I mean, actually, it's funny. I was at the Wells Fargo Center last night at a Weezer concert.
Weezer.
At about like 7:30, I think I would say about 1,000, maybe 2,000 Philly fans just started entering the stadium. They just walked out of the stadium. They were like, we'll just go over here.
Weezer.
There's half the Phillies stadium was over there watching. But no, man, we got to get our bats going. I mean, we looked good earlier in the week, but, I don't know. We fell apart there. It just didn't look good.
4 hits last night.
You know?
They had only 4 hits last night.
Yeah, you're not going to get off the bat. I mean, you can't win games like that. You just can't.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia. Well, I got to tell you, man, I thought you'd be a little bit more negative today, but that's all right.
It's been a beacon of positivity.
All right, so from a Negadelphian standpoint, what do you think we got for this game? What's the score for the game this week then? For the Atlanta game?
I'm hoping we see some. I'm trying to say 28 to. If we let up more than 6 points, I'll be disappointed. I'm gonna let you.
Two field goals.
So 28-6.
2 field goals.
20.
I'll let them back.
28-6.
28-6 is my prediction.
I'm writing that down. 28-6. Mr. P.J.
How'd you doing? How'd you doing? Fantasy this week?
I crushed them. I crushed them. That's right. Good point. Yo, I actually came down to the Monday night game because we were neck and neck. It was close the whole way. Guess what? I got Nick's Nuggets this week. I'm playing Nicky on fantasy. And Nick, he doesn't look too good for you.
No,
man.
It's not off to a good start with Tyreek Hill getting, not a great game out of him on Thursday night. I beat Klemic last week.
Well, talk about bad starts. My guy, the first pick of my draft, is on the IR now.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Nick's Nuggets is up 15-0 on me. However, I didn't play anybody, and you're Tyreek Hill. He only got you 6 points.
Yeah,
so that's
not a great start.
All right.
But he balled out though. He had a great game. 130.
Game one.
Game two. Game 2, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Negadelphia, as always, we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you again or talking to you next week.
See you next week, guys.
All right, PJ.
All right, there he is, Mr. Negadelphia, sponsored by Galloway Pool Service. Not happy with your pool, people? Call Galloway Pool Service, 609-204-6939. In business for over 30 years, covering all of South Jersey. Ask for Dragon. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you. That's the Galloway Pool Service. Give them a call at 609-204-6939. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com. Or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. They deliver. want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422, whether commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, or financial planning, divorce, or financing, and more. Call the professionals at John A. McCann and Associates. They are licensed and ready to assist you right now. Give them a call today, 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll talk a little Eagles football. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles host the Atlanta Falcons in Week 2 of the 2024 season on Monday Night Football.
They cannot stop Saquon Barkley.
How fun is that?
Listen to all the action with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick with pregame coverage starting at 7 p.m. and kickoff at 8:15. This is the play-by-play home of the Philadelphia Eagles. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with a 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get-in-the-seat or visit a dealer near you.
When things are just too hard and you need someone to listen, 988 is here. Call, text, or chat 24/7. We are here for you. 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Call 988. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim.
Here in Northfield, Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, mainland product, Dave Klemic, and of course, producer Nick Earnshaw, Nick of many names, Nick's Nuggets, Nicky Political Nick, Nicky Schwaber, Nicky Foles. He's got a lot of nicknames.
What a pun by you. Yeah. Why did it take me so long to figure that out?
It's a good one. It's a dad joke by the Schweiner right there.
A lot of nicknames.
Oh, man.
The Eagles, man. I I don't know. We got to stop talking about it, but it's sticking my craw that he thinks Nicky's.
So
number.
we almost forgot that we were coming back to the show. Like the break was almost over, and we were still talking about this during the break.
All right, 609-403-0973. I got a couple white 97.3 97.3 locker room T-shirts, white. I got an extra large. I got a small. 609-403-0973. Who do you think should be the if the Phillies go to the playoffs? Who do you think should be the starting rotation?
And in the HT section, you know what he said? What? Wheeler.
Can't be that. It'll be three different names. 609-403-0973. We got two locker room white T-shirts. ESPN locker room white T-shirt. One's an extra large, one's a small. 609-403-0973. Who should the Phillies starting rotation be in the playoffs?
No, we may need to modify the question.
Okay.
Bill from OC texted. He says, sounds like Billy's a little jealous. Bulls is the only quarterback to win a Super Bowl for the Eagles, and he did it in 40 games. That's a good thing. Retire number 9. There we go. He might get a T-shirt. Just because.
That could be up to you. 609-403-0973. I got a couple T-shirts. Locker room 97.3 locker room white T-shirts. 609-403-0973. Who should be the Phillies starting rotation? Who are the 3 pitchers that should be starting?
Shaner and EHT. Wheeler, Nola, Ranger, Gobert.
Tommy. Okay. Tommy.
I'm shocked.
No,
Sanchez.
Over.
Yeah. I was shocked. Because Rangers been there and done that before.
Rangers look bad, dude.
I know. Coming back from injury, I don't know. I can't pull Ranger out of that.
Right. On Thursday night, I'll go by Aloha. And that's his 4th one. You see, I saw his arms go up like that frozen thing where like the brain was shutting down. That's a serious thing, dude.
Yeah. Most ironic thing ever was that the first hit him was
Hamlin.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like wild. And it was great to see.
And that wasn't even it looked like his head hit his muscle, his arm. It didn't look like
Hamlin just absorbed the shock, and he just hit it the way he hit his neck on there. It
didn't look like a tough hit, but it doesn't have to be, does it?
When your neck whips like that, like it did on him, that's what.
David, concussion is when your head stops, your brain keeps moving.
Yeah,
it jiggles in your head, right?
And then the swelling.
And then the swelling afterwards.
Yeah. So if you could see him, you could just see how he walked away from it. That he was way out of it.
He didn't walk away. He got carried off on a stretcher, didn't he?
Yeah, he got off on the sideline. He walked.
Did he?
You could see him. He was very incoherent. It was scary. He probably didn't know his own at that point. I had a concussion.
Have you how many concussions have you sustained? My brother, we were in the South Jersey Championship '3. My brother got hit. He thought he was playing Audubon. He didn't know where he was. So I've never had a concussion. So at least I don't think I have. I mean, I'm taking a puck off the head while my eye showed you this scar.
That's not great.
No, you remember your own. You can't remember.
Yeah.
You can't remember your name. And that's the.
You got hit. Did you get hit like helmet to helmet? Was your?
No, I was in a sprint game, and I went up for a ball, and I got my legs taken out. My head hit the turf before.
See, Nick, that's what happened to him. He looked as his head hit the turf significantly harder than it hit Hamlin.
Yeah, I think the initial impact hit Hamlin. That when it happened, and then he hit it even harder when he went down. That didn't help either. You see him laying there. It stinks. He was such a good quarterback. He just signed that new contract. 4 concussions.
Did he get? I'm sure he got guaranteed money, right?
I believe so. I could check how much it
was. But I mean,
still a big contract.
He's got a decision to make. This is
I don't know if
serious.
It's his decision because the NFL is going to go. This could be a huge liability for us.
Right.
They might medically qualify.
Right.
Because if you think about the lawsuits that are coming down against the NFL for having players continually play, even though they know of the long-term things that can happen to you later in life, they might just medically.
Have you ever had any repercussions from your concussion? Like, have you had any symptoms that carried over?
No.
You seem pretty normal in here.
You seem good to us.
You seem good to me in here.
I always said, I can't remember that just because you told me.
Yeah, I can't remember things.
But that might just be a normal thing.
That might be just showing your age.
I just wish Nick would remember Nick Foles that he won the Super Bowl.
I'll never forget that.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Who should be the Phillies starting rotation in the playoffs?
We have a ton of text coming right now. All right. First of all, one text that I was cracking up during the segment. Your brother texted it. Yes, Billy never kicked my ass.
I kicked his rear end. What are you talking about?
He said, Billy never kicked my ass. He's a cheap shot artist.
That's right, 'cause I got.
I'm not even done. He said, although I will say he's quick with the fist, he's been in more fights than I have been.
That's right. I laid him out. He knows it.
We got to dispute that 4-1 record. That's
when
where
we
I'm
were
at.
kids, he did stick my head in a sticker bush. He knocked me into a sticker bush.
Oh,
like
man.
my head went into a sticker. We were kids too, like young, like 9, 10, something like that. 8, 9, 10.
You still remember it.
Won
Remembers
the
it to this
fight
day.
I was down first.
I mean, he is 4-1.
right there.
He said, what did he say his record was?
He didn't say the record.
Yeah, I'm 4-1. I was saying, no, you know what? I got to be honest. That last fight, you saw was wrong.
4-1-1.
So, no,
3-1-1.
yeah, 3-1-1. 3-1.
You kicked his fight, bud.
Yeah, I mean, he picked up my phone and threw it against the
Airdrop that you could say.
He did. 609-403-0973 is the text for what should the Phillies starting rotation? I got a locker room 97.3 ESPN locker room t-shirt, white, extra large, and I got a small. Put your size down too. Will you?
So Shaner retexted it. Changed their answer. Okay. Wheeler, Nola, Foles. I bet he has a cannon. That's a great answer, Shaner.
Foles.
Great job.
Yeah, should we do this? He goes over and he suggests to Peterson, should we run especially Peterson looks at him and goes, let's do that.
That's what it was higher than number.
I'm emotional for that. Like, come on, man. You lower your criteria for someone to get into to have their number retired.
Not one of those Eagles numbers who have been retired. McNabb, Brock, they've never won a Super Bowl. The only one who would be in there, it would be Kelsey and Nick Foles have ever won a Super Bowl.
Reggie White.
As an Eagle. Kelsey will get his number retired. Come to me and Mr. Negadelphia's side here.
609-403-0973. Include your size. I'll get the shirt.
Yeah. Include your size and your name. I got one text in to Wheeler Noel Flores. The all rise to the occasion, no name. Put your name in.
609-403-0973. I got a couple shirts to give away. And by the way, next week we're going to be broadcasting live in Las Dallas Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down. I'm going to have a great giveaway, and I'm going to let you know it's going to be a jersey. I'm going to let you know what kind of jersey you get. I'll put that in promo next week. All right. Stay tuned for that. Nice jersey.
Hopefully it's Nick Foles.
I will let you know it's not a Nick Foles jersey. And I will tell you it's going to be I would want this jersey. I don't wear jersey. I don't wear jerseys. I know he does.
I do.
But you said, you sit up on the nosebleeds.
Actually, I'm not sitting in the bleeds when I go to New Orleans, though. We're down. We're in the lower level.
How much do you pay for your ticket?
Pretty good price.
He nosebleed.
There's another nickname. Another nickname.
Nosebleed. I'm writing them all down today.
Political Nick.
How many is that? How old are we up to?
Nick Nuggets. Political Nick. Nicky Schwalber. Nick Foles.
Nick Baseball. Nicky Nosebleed.
Nicky Nosebleed.
We're at the 8.
The Philadelphia Eagles, like I said, they gave up 29 points. They did score, however, they scored up 32, right? And they got to tighten up the defense. Now, Nick Fangio, he's going with the Kobe team. Zach Vaughn played really well last week. He had 2 sacks, 11 solo tackles. Vaughn. And he was very good last week. But Isaiah Rodgers, he's got a broken hand. You didn't know that.
Yeah.
It just came out this week.
Yeah. Listen, the defense is a little concerning. We talked about that heading into this season. Like, do they have enough on the defensive line? Like, where was Bryce Huff last week? Zach Vaughn, surprise. Is he going to do that every week? I don't know.
The Eagles scored 34.
34, yeah, I was going to say. I was 34-29.
Yeah, Zach Vaughn having 2 sacks. Listen, Hassan Reddick wasn't going to have 2 sacks.
No. He's not playing. He might even play this year.
Yeah, exactly. We lost him, but we got Zach Vaughn with 2 sacks. And maybe they
by the way, the Eagles were the only team to win that.
That's the deal. They got to cut him down.
You're not going to be able to win a game. You keep turning the ball over like
that. No, well, they beat a good team in the Packers. They got Atlanta this week. So, all right, they can't.
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store is often the best selection of wine and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's the landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors is named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throw in a party, prepare for the big game. Let Jeff and staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com. Give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. We can't wait to get down there. It's going to be a lot of fun. The food is delicious, and we're going to be there for the Eagles pregame show next Sunday, a week from tomorrow. Eagles pregame show. It opened last summer to rave reviews at your home away from home for a large selection of Italian American seafood favorites, just like your grandma. Supposed to love the famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Bradenton. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. On return, we'll continue to go here with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here. 97.3.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. It's a Week 2 showdown in the NFC as the Dallas Cowboys host the New Orleans Saints. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Steve Erline, and me for all action as Dak Prescott and the 1-0 Cowboys open up their home schedule against Derek Carr and the 1-0 Saints. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at 12:30.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction spots who persevere tirelessly beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to trains filled with heroes of heating and air conditioning. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The train comfort specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go to the Gallery. Go to the Fanatic Sportsbook. Go for the win at Ocean Casino Resort. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here from the Toms River Auto Group studio in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, producer Nick Earnshaw, as we are on broadcasting live on the X platform. Of course, the YouTube channel on my website, thelockerroombillyschwein.com. Now, Nick Sirianni, all right, is Philadelphia improved to 4-0 in season openers under Nick Sirianni. Sirianni is just the second head coach in Eagles history to win their first 4 season openers. Team, Doug Peterson. He tied Doug Peterson.
How about that?
You want to retire Doug Peterson's hat, or what do you want to retire?
We can. That's fine. Retire the hat. Can we retire the headset?
Retire the headset?
We'll retire his headset. Yeah. Put it in the Eagles Hall of Fame. Also, Nick Sirianni has the highest winning percentage of any active NFL head coach.
All right. The Eagles are they've won the last 5 games. Hold on, let me see this here.
Get your newspaper out, Billy.
Yeah, let me get my. You know what? The print's so small, but I thought this was worth, including the playoffs. Philadelphia has won 4 of its previous 5 games versus Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we got their number, like the Mets have our number.
Yes.
Well, you know what I can't wait this week is for them to announce the name of their kicker, Younghoe Koo.
Younghoe Koo.
How do you say it?
Younghoe Koo.
Well, how you spell it?
Yeah.
Younghoe. So he's got another nickname, Nick Sirianni over there.
Well, we piling on today?
Yeah, Nick.
Any Nick?
Yeah, because your stance on this Nick Foles number thing is just
why does it bother you so much?
Because I think it cheapens the.
It doesn't though.
Like for me, when you retire a number, it's got to be something that's so like will never be duplicated again.
Will that be duplicated again?
Yes, it'll be better. Yeah, it will.
First.
Yeah, it will.
Be first.
I think that you don't think the Eagles have a chance to win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years with Jalen Hurts as a quarterback?
You can only be first once. He was the first one to do it, and he did it in incredible fashion as a backup quarterback. But that will never be duplicated.
I think that is still a testament to your team than it is to the player.
He's the quarterback.
You won with a backup quarterback. That was your team.
But they had all these injuries. It was a great team. I'm not
right,
saying
that's
that.
another
they
thing.
still gave up like 30 points.
You don't think
in the
Eagles,
Super Bowl?
You know, what if that last? Remember Tom Brady threw that last Hail Mary? What happened if they cut that? Then
Are you saying what if? Now we're going with what if. Now we're living in hypothetical land. Now we're living in hypothetical land.
No, but I'm saying what if that did happen?
But it didn't. It didn't happen. Right, it didn't happen. Numbers should be retired. They should come out with a surprise on Monday night and say, we're also retiring Nick Foles' number because no one can live up to number 9 in Eagles green and Midnight green and Kelly green ever again.
So I'm going to kick your butt in this week's fantasy. That's what I know.
If I could, I will trade off a loss to you in fantasy if they retire.
You know what the probability of my win this weekend is?
It like 60%, right?
61 to 39. You're not looking too good.
Too great. It's how you finish. It's not how you start.
The Schweiner's got 2-0 after this week. I shouldn't be getting. I can't be getting cocky because you know how this goes.
Yeah,
somebody can get hurt.
Yep, something can happen. Yep.
But you got hurt on your quarterback on your fantasy team is Jalen Hurts.
I do. Maybe we'll retire his.
And
number
I have
one
CJ,
day.
but I have CJ Stroud. Who did you get, Dave?
I got Christian McCaffrey up first.
No, but who's your quarterback?
I got jeez.
You look at your thing, in your phone.
I can't even look that up right now.
Airdrop it.
I got it. I'll take a screenshot
first. And they were like,
"Oh, how to pull it up."
You don't
I'll
take
unsend
a quarterback first. I'm like, why wouldn't you? And
I'll airdrop it, then unsend it.
Anybody like? Does anybody?
Thank you.
Does anybody are you even worried? I mean, I don't want to take the Falcons lightly, but like they don't.
All right, if you look at statistically, their first game they were terrible.
Right,
it was bad.
But I'm looking at their receivers and like Ray McLeod, Bijan caught. He was
a running back.
He had 5 catches for 43 yards.
Kyle
Pitts is their tight end. Drake
London.
I mean,
they got some weapons. They got
they
good.
Do?
Drake London's a good player. Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. I mean, they're nothing to sneeze at. They're young. Kirk Cousins shouldn't have a problem, but Kirk Cousins can't win on Monday Night Football either. So
can't beat the Eagles.
No.
Same with you guys. I just want to see a decisive win. That's it.
Yeah.
This
See,
game
what
we should
would
win.
all right? So that's good. What would satisfy you with this Monday night matchup?
We got to win by like.
What do you want to say? Like PJ said, 28-6.
Yeah, we got to win by like 18 points. We got to win by 18 points for me to say that was decisive against a team like Atlanta.
I want to see the Eagles win. I don't want to see the Eagles give up any more than 10 points to the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
For me to be satisfied.
Or you know what?
Like I'm not gonna if they give up, if the Eagles surrender, say 25, 22 points or 20 points, 21 points, I'm not gonna be happy.
Well, if
they gotta shut this team down,
they could
Dave.
get the points in like fourth quarter when they
garbage
kinda,
time.
But I would say I want to see Jalen Hurts come off the field in the fourth quarter. I want to see him walk off and bring the back up. That's what I want to see.
I want to see a dominating performance. Nick
I need
Earnshaw.
them to win by 9 or more points. That's what I got to see them win by.
Spread 6.5, right?
Yeah, I need to see them win by 9 or more. That's where I'm at. That's I'm
here's
setting the
number
bar.
9. See what he's doing
9
there?
or
You see what
more.
he's doing there?
9 or
You see what
more
he's doing
points.
there?
They win.
You just won't get off it, will you? He's
9 or
doing that
more
for a-
points.
Dave, he's doing that for a reason.
It's a solid win. To me, that's a solid win.
That was
9 or more.
Clever, Nick.
9 or more.
That was clever.
Very clever. Nick,
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, the Eagles can't surrender any more than 10 points.
No, I mean this offense, Kirk Cousins, Armadillo, he'll fall down as soon as you get pressure on him in the pocket. So that's what they need to do. I need to see the Eagles generate pressure. I need something out of Bryce Huff this week because he was non-existent.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a sack by somebody other than Baum.
The Baum?
Yeah.
Zach Baum?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got to generate
somebody
pressure.
from the interior line.
Where's
Maybe,
Josh Sweat? Like you need
like
somebody.
Josh Sweat. Yeah.
But remember, last week in the Brazil game, that field surface was a little iffy. They were slipping and sliding. Did you notice that?
Yeah, no, there was. Yeah, but you can't make excuses. The other team had to play.
Exactly.
I know.
That
I'm
was
just saying.
what Sirianni said. Was like it was pretty cool because you could make a couple excuses, like Saquon Barkley just falling down at the end zone. You know,
First play.
Yeah, but like he's like, we both played on that same surface. By the way, if they ever play on that surface again, they should donate an entire turf field just for that game because it was bad. Everyone was falling all over the place. Injuries can happen from that.
Yep.
Speaking of injuries, limited in practice this week. Well, was AJ Brown with a hamstring?
Yeah.
Are you concerned about that?
He's questionable.
Yes, very.
Dave, tell us about hamstrings because you deal with that on a daily basis. By the way, Klemic Performance Method.
Yeah.
You guys work with that stuff.
Yes, we do. And hamstring injuries are absolutely debilitating to receivers who need to run fast all the time. You don't get to like throttle down you have to throttle down the top of route at full speed, which even stresses your hamstring more.
Right.
Not to be boring, but
we
have a
this is
hamstring
actually
injury,
important.
it's going to affect his play 100%. He's not going to have the game he had last week with a hamstring, even if it's.
But when he caught that 65-yard touchdown pass, he pulled away from the two Packers defenders. I mean, he just pulled away from them.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen if his hamstring is
he
bothering him. He might go out of bounds because he's worried about.
But we may see a little bit more Jahan Dotson this week because
Yeah.
of him. Maybe they'll put him out there almost as a decoy. They won't throw him the ball as much, but the threat of him being there is still there.
And the offensive line, I do want to mention for Atlanta, they had trouble with Pittsburgh last week.
Right.
So this is a week where the Eagles' defensive line needs to show up. They need to show something. They need to generate pressure on Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins, the armadillo, he'll fall down if you can just get on him. So that's where you're at with the Eagles' defensive line. They need to generate pressure because I thought the secondary was fine. They were getting beat across the middle a decent amount, but Quinyon Mitchell, I like what I saw out of him last week for sure.
One thing about the defensive lines too, and I've noticed this and playing my entire life.
Right.
When the D line starts, do you ever see how much fun the defense is having when the D line makes a TFL or like a sack?
Right.
They get all hyped up. The defensive backs are hyped up. Everyone gets hyped up around those big men. If they're active and they're making plays, it's infectious too, and it may last because they're young. They're a young group, very very talented young group. But if they could get that D line active this week, even if they're, if they're playing against a lesser offensive line, great. And that'll help them with momentum for the rest of the season. Looking forward.
Brandon Graham got a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
Snaps. He played a lot last week.
Vic Fangio said, "Hey, he's going to play." Like
he said, this is not a farewell tour. We need him to, he's going to be playing.
I mean, they
rely on him. But he's older. I mean, how much can you rely on him?
You can't do it. You can't do it all year. I mean, he's going to run out of gas.
He's got kids as old as some of the guys on the D line.
Yeah. So Brandon Graham, he can't be the number one option. I need Nolan Smith to have a big game this
Nolan
week.
Smith is undersized.
Nolan
Smith,
not
a big dude.
He's not. He's got to have a big game this week because you draft him in the first round.
You know who I want to see have a really big game? The Kobe Dean.
Yeah.
I think it's
can't drop a pick six like you did last week.
But I want to see him stuffing the run. Like I thought the defensive line. I thought Green Bay broke some big gaps up at the middle and it exposed our our running game, our defensive, we didn't shut down the run. Let's put it that way.
No. And the defense has been the concern since the offseason because they're so young and inexperienced, right? Like you're asking a lot. You lose a guy like Fletcher Cox in the offseason. That's a big part of the middle of the interior line. Now you're leaving it up to Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis to kind of take the lead now. I don't know if I really saw that last week.
No, we need to
we'll see it more.
So against inferior teams, Dave, like Dick Vermeil says, keep losing teams losing. They need to go out and make a statement game at home on Monday night on national television in front of the whole country.
I have a little bit of an update according to the Philadelphia Inquirer's Jeff McClain. Nick Sirianni addressed A.J. Brown's hamstring injury, said it got a little tight in practice, and we backed him off. See how today goes.
Today's Saturday.
It's a long week. What did they play on Thursday? Now they're playing on
Monday.
Monday.
What's a Monday night schedule for the players? They actually push things. Well, because of the Brazil game, they had to push things up, right?
Yeah. So because you travel back,
Right,
travel
right.
travel days are always a day all
And that was
by
like
itself.
a 9-hour flight in the air.
Yeah.
Man. I can't even coming back from Vegas. I'm tired.
Yeah. No matter where you go, travel day. If you look at your schedule, it's always its own day.
Right.
You maybe have meetings that
That's
day,
it,
no
right.
practice.
Right.
It's always its own day. So they're going to travel back, and then they have a long week of practice. It's like a week and a half.
Right.
You have like
But what's a Saturday like for a Monday night football game?
Saturday for Monday is like your Friday, obviously. So
Okay.
you have a little bit of you're live for a little bit.
Right.
You're live.
So they're going to test them out in practice today.
Yeah.
AJ Brown.
Yep. They're going to test
They'll
them
go
out.
one series where you actually hit and everything like that, and that's the last time you'll hit. And so on Friday, that's it. So
I'm telling you, I need a statement game from the defense.
Yeah.
week. I'm not even worried about the offense.
They need to force turnovers too this week against Kirk Cousins in this Atlanta team.
A lot was made this week about Jalen Hurts throwing across his body, that one interception. Like for a season, for a guy that's played quarterback as long as he has, why would he do that? I mean, I don't care if AJ Brown's waving his arms or whatnot. You don't throw the ball into triple covers like that.
I know. Preseason game 1.
By the way, you know who I really like watching? Baldy's breakdowns.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like,
You got to get him back.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
We'll get him back.
He loves coming on to our show. But listen, Baldy's good, man. He's good.
I watched this one about the Eagles and how they have the most athletic offense.
Yeah.
They have the most athletic offense in the league, which is pretty cool. And they were,
But the way he does it, he's like a head coach on like social media. You know what I mean? His Baldy breakdowns.
Yeah.
He goes back and forth, like when your head coach would go back and forth with the clicker,
Yeah.
with the tape. Well, back in my day, we had reels, like not 8 millimeter, the wide. It was in a spool.
Yeah.
Right. The tape. Now it's just video.
It's all digital. It's all in the cloud. It's all in the
But they go
cloud.
back and forth, like the start, stop. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh, I
Right, remember that?
nightmares
You
about
know.
watch the reverse
So
stuff.
they
You go
get-
sit in the meeting. So the way the meetings go in the NFL too, you go
Especially if you
go-
do something wrong.
Yeah, you go special teams, then you go team, then you go offense, individuals, and then you get your one-on-ones with your coach.
Right.
So it kind of like goes from most general to most specific.
Right.
And you could sit in those meetings and having to watch a defensive lineman go back and
Back
forth,
and
back
forth,
and
back-
forth, 100 times.
Because they're only
you're
moving
going-
about two frames, 3 frames that
Yeah.
go back and forth. Because they'll look at the technique. You know what I mean?
There'll be like one effort move. It's a good, if there's a really, really good effort move, you'll see them talk about that for 15 minutes. And they're trying to make a statement about
Right.
the effort, So
So obviously when you do something wrong, they point it out.
Oh,
yeah.
You're sitting there. You're sitting there in the media room and you're getting exposed. That's why the players know. Like the media might not get it, and the fans don't.
Right.
But the players know. They know who's doing what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was talking about, Jeff Hurd about this, who is our strength conditioning coach from Kansas City.
We're gonna have him on next week?
Yeah, we'll have him next week. And you would talk about, Coach Vermeil did a great job at making a big deal out of your lowest guy on the totem pole. And the same as the great Tony Gonzalez,
Right,
so
right.
it was very even. You never know who he's going to call out.
Right.
So everybody's paying attention.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to. All right.
Great.
Don't want to remind people that next week, our Eagles pregame show will be at La Scala's Beach House Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon. We have a great giveaway item that we'll be giving away for people that have come down and visit us down there at La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. That's next Sunday, the 22nd of September. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. They deliver. Tell them we said hello. All right. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Today on Compass Media Network's coverage of NCAA football, Camp Randall's Stadium will be jumping as the fourth-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide visit the Wisconsin Badgers. Jalen Milroe looks to kickstart a Heisman campaign and lead the new-look Tide to a tough road victory. But Luke Fickell and the Badgers have an upset on their mind. It's number 4 Alabama taking on Wisconsin. If it's NCAA football, it's right here.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number 1.
How would you like to go to the 2025 Masters Golf Tournament? Go to ticksforgood.org to find out how you can win the grand prize of 2 weekend passes to the 2025 Masters, as well as plenty of other awesome prizes like Masters hat, t-shirts, and foursomes to your favorite South Jersey golf courses. Go to ticksforgood.org to learn how you can win these prizes. This sweepstakes is brought to us by our friends at Shane Orthopedics and the David Scales State Farm team.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence dyne test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. Wrap up your workday with the all-new Chickies and Pete's Happy Hour with unbeatable specials weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Enjoy half-price orders of Chickies medium tender wings, one of our tasty and delicious pizzas, or an order of mouth-watering hot, cold, or fried shrimp, plus $3 domestic bottled beers, $5 Tito's, and $6 seltzers. It's the all-new Happy Hour, weekdays, 4 to 6 p.m., only at Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. Now, for a limited time, it's buy one, get one free snow crab legs every Tuesday and Wednesday. Buy one, get one free, and enjoy the sweet, delicate flavor of snowy white crab meat. Pair it with one of our handcrafted cocktails like the Stoli Vanilla Creamsicle or the Bourbon Peach Sweet Tea. Top it off with Chickie and Pete's world-famous crab fries. Buy one, get one free snow crab legs every Tuesday and Wednesday for a limited time. Restrictions apply only at Chickies and Pete's.
You're listening to The Locker Room. 7.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, Mainland product, and Nick Earnshaw, Nick's Nuggets, Nicky at Night, Nicky Schwalter,
What are we up to, 8?
8 of them.
Nicky,
By the way, this is the best song in a play song in all of football. EAGLES Eagles. I tell you what, I do miss going. Like we also had a trip. Didn't we have a question? What game would you rather go to, a Phillies game or an Eagles game? And you said Phillies, right, Nick?
I would rather go to a baseball game.
Maybe. I talked to Mark Grimes yesterday. When I said, would you rather go to a Phillies game, regular season now, Phillies game or Eagles game? What would you rather do?
Eagles.
Eagles for sure. Yeah. You're standing the whole time. Yeah. You're into the whole game. You're into it. You don't get the replay and everything, but you're there. You're the 12th man. You're part of the win.
I'm not saying I don't like going Eagles. It's not what I'm saying. I prefer
you prefer a baseball game.
I'd rather watch baseball in person.
This guy Nick's on the wrong side of everything, isn't he?
Well, if I wasn't an Eagles fan,
political Nick,
fan, I might like baseball because it's like a
baseball's a relaxing. You go there, you're enjoying yourself. You're having a beer, a hot dog. Football, you're intense. You're like right there.
Football's made for TV. The NFL is made for TV.
It is, but I totally disagree. I'd rather be in it. Look, I was a season ticket holder from 1991 to 2015 with Scott Simpson. My cousin Billy Armstrong. I was into it. The intensity. It was just, there was nothing like it. Now, I love baseball. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm going to go to a regular season game, I'd rather go to an Eagles game.
Depends on your seats too, because I've had good seats.
Well, not for Nick's Nuggets. He'd be up in the nosebleeds. He'd be happy than a lark.
Yeah, but having good seats at an Eagles game, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. And by the way, there's some cool college games on today. We got LSU and South Carolina at noon. That's a noon game. Alabama, Wisconsin. That's a good game.
That's gonna be real good,
right? Notre Dame, Purdue. What happened to Notre Dame last week? How does Notre Dame lose?
I don't know.
West Virginia at Pittsburgh. Didn't they used to call that the backyard brawl?
I don't know.
West Virginia at Pittsburgh. So. Usually that game's at the end of the season.
Yeah, early on.
There's no love lost between those two teams.
No.
Right? Georgia, Kentucky, Colorado State.
How about that?
That's a big game today.
Who's Penn State got?
Yeah, they're off. They got a bye.
They're bye this week.
Well, yeah, that Northern Illinois game.
How did they lose that?
Well, you can fall asleep on them. It's like one of those games when you're like, we got this in the bag, and then their own kids are on scholarship too. Man, can't forget about that.
Plus with the NIL and everything, you get better athletes.
I think they would that would be worse.
And the Pac-10, the Pac-12 just took on some new teams. Yeah. Boise State,
right? All over the place. Now.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
That shift has been insane.
Yeah.
Who's Colorado playing?
Colorado State tonight.
Yeah.
All right,
huge game.
I want to thank Tommy Greene for checking in today on the Mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz. Thanks, of course, Dave Klemic. As always, thanks to Nick Earnshaw. Also, Mr. P.J. Corda, Mr. Negadelphia. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to be going to get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News. And, of course, the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Let's go Phillies, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on 97.3 ESPN.